꿈꾸며 2030년 부산의 새로운 도약을 기대합니다.
Busan people are very proud of their city. They want to share the city with everyone. If we get the World Expo, it'll really put Busan on a global map.
세계 박람회가 어울리는 도시, 미래를 향한 힘찬 도약. 부산에서 출발한 파도는 이미 세계를 향해 뻗어 나가고 있습니다. 2030 부산 세계 박람회. 부산이 시작하고 대한민국이 함께 이뤄갑니다. 이 캠페인은 지역과 함께하는 든든한 동반자 BNK 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Laura McLucky and Minsu Shin. BFM 부산영어방송.
Hello. Happy Wednesday here at Inside Out Busan. It's a bit of a sluggish Wednesday for me. And
For you?
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Anyway, but some serious news though. Following the 묻지마 범죄 in 신림동, there's been a notable surge in searches for self-defense tools and weapons here in Korea.
Yeah, so most notably, this trend is mainly observed among men ages 20 to 30 years old. And these are the people who are purchasing a significant amount of self-defense products, tools.
And you know that such crimes have no predetermined targets. You know, they victimize random people, and which means as such anybody can be a target. So that's really frightening for many people.
Yeah, so listeners, I think we should take charge of ensuring our own safety. I guess now it's up to us, right? So this is something to now consider and even think about when you're stepping outside.
I'm familiar with unrequited. I know you got a heart that's undecided, just like mine. It takes its sweet time. I've been shy to dive into the deep end, 'cause I don't really wanna lose a good friend, but I might.
I do.
I don't think that's possible to fall in love alone. It takes two, baby.
No, it doesn't.
takes two,
Well,
baby.
it takes two, but you can fall in love alone. Obviously, you have somebody else there that you're falling
그게
in love with,
짝사랑이죠.
but they're just there. They're kind of not a participant in it
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be love?
Unrequited love,
Oh, yes.
saddest thing ever.
맞아요.
Yeah. Stacey Ryan, fall in love alone.
That is the name of the song. Thank you so much. And thank you
Yeah.
for joining us
For
today.
joining us here in the studio. Thank you for tuning in to Inside Out Busan again. It's a Wednesday, and it's been so hot today.
Oh, it was difficult to be outside.
아직까지 너무 더워가지고
힘들죠?
피곤하다.
피곤하기도 하고 힘들기도 하고. So I was out today. I have my cousin who is visiting from California. 사촌이랑 띠동갑이에요. Right? So she's 12 years younger than me, right? And she wants to go to hot place. Hot place. All
Everywhere
the time.
is a hot place in this weather.
Literally, right? But I took her to 서면, and 덥기도 하고, but I felt super awkward just around all these
Youngsters.
youngsters, right? I felt like so out of place.
You're so old.
Yeah, I was just reminded just how much of a young place 서면 is these
Yeah.
days, and still is, right? Since
know.
long ago. So that was my day. How was your day?
What did I do? I was out for lunch. I went and I taught. I did a bunch of stuff. So I
That's why
just
you're so tired.
feel drained. You know, it's the weather. It's not like I feel happy.
Yeah.
But it's
Listeners,
just my
don't worry.
physical
Laura's going to get
response.
revved up as we get our show going on.
I'm already revved. By the way, I'm Laura McCluskey.
And I'm Minsu Shin.
Thank
Welcome
you
to
for
our show.
tuning in. Yes.
So, Laura, we started off the show, I guess, talking about a trend that's been happening recently, these past couple of months, even and more so these past couple of weeks. In the past, there's been like concerns of personal safety when
Yeah.
you're outside. This was actually mainly for women, even here in Korea, because a lot of them thought that they, with all these incidents and accidents and crime happening, that they weren't safe, or maybe they just thought that they needed basic protection. Now, that has led to an increase in sales of self-defense weapons and tools. But mainly for, the customers were mainly women, right?
Yeah.
But these days, due to recent incidents, young men ages between 20 and 30 have been they're the main customers of self-defense products online. Now, this is believed to be the direct reaction to, the recent incidents that we had, most notably the stabbing that took place, especially the targeting of basically a young man.
Yeah,
right?
it was exclusively targeting young men, and that's a very scary thing. And so people are, stocking up, I guess, on defense items. Popular items are pepper spray, batons, emergency alarms, stun guns, tasers, etc. But experts are saying, the more we buy these self-defense products, the more they can actually be used as weapons.
Yeah.
And they can be misused. Of course, weapons for self-defense is one thing, but weapons to cause harm is another thing. So be cautious about excessive defense. Because remember, Korea's current law might not recognize it as self-defense, and you do need to be very aware of that, depending on the situation, depending on the level of force used. So absolutely be safe and look after your well-being and as much as you can, but do also make yourself familiar with the laws here in Korea.
맞아요. I think there are more updates to the Shildong stabbing, right? Crime. I just saw that they showed the actual. I'm sure maybe people have seen footage of it, like you
Yeah.
mentioned, but the government has actually authority has actually released photo of the suspect.
Yeah.
So it's a brutal, unpardonable crime,
Yeah.
right? The killing or just injuring of an innocent person to vent a person's anger and hatred, right? This is there's no excuse, right? But the more worrisome problem for all of society right now is that it's a tragedy that can happen any time now.
Yeah.
It seems like.
And these, experts say that these kind of crimes are the responsibility of collective communities and are a dangerous social phenomenon. I don't know if responsible is the right word. I feel that's kind of putting the blame, just shifting blame, but they're seen as a symptom of broader social issues.
Yeah.
rather than the sole problem of a delusional individual or, an unstable individual. They're looking at it as a wider social issue.
Yeah. So with the trend, a lot of younger customers, especially younger men, and now being the primary customers of these self-defense products that you could buy pretty much, on whatever shopping app that you use.
Yeah.
I do advise, as we said, like Laura said, look up any laws and rules in regards to the use of them here in our country. And you know how people, whenever they're buying any electronics, things that, that they know they're going to be using, you do a lot of research.
Yeah.
I would say do as much or even more research if you're going to be purchasing any types
Any
of
kind
the
of-
products that we've mentioned,
Yeah.
on our show, because no matter, how well you think you're going to use it, you never know what could go wrong. You never know who else might get their hands on it, in
Yeah.
your household. So, yeah, it's something that you do have to think a lot about,
Yeah,
right, before
100%.
purchasing.
And I just want to add this. This is really important to know. Now, for a long time, people in Korea would see somebody getting hurt and not try and help them because there's been instances where people have been sued or something. But there is, and has been in Korea for a long time now, the Good Samaritan Act, whereby if you are a passerby to an incident where you see someone is in trouble and you are there to help them, for example, if they've fainted or if they're lying on the ground injured, and you go over there and you start trying to do CPR or trying to help them, you will not get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
There's a law there to protect you, the Good Samaritan Act, whereby you are trying to help someone who is in need. And I learned that at my most recent first aid training.
Nice.
Which was not that long ago. So I would also say everybody get first aid training.
Oh, yeah, that too,
Yeah,
right? Very
go for
important,
it, go
right?
for it.
You never know when the time might arise.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have lots to get to on today's show. If you want to get in touch with us, chat with us, pound 9050, shop 9050. You could chat with us on our Kakao Talk or on our YouTubes. We are live. Let's get to Annie's with today's News Bites.
Let's get to Annie's with today's News Bites.
Yeah.
This is my segment.
This
Annie's. This is
mine.
Annie's.
This is Annie's house,
Yeah.
right? For
I
the
live here.
next
Oh,
couple
that's
of
Surprise,
minutes.
people! I do live here.
How are you, Annie?
I think same as you.
Yeah.
Just a little affected
The
by the
weather,
heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Trying to keep it cool.
So, yeah, I think it's, keeping up with, just your vitamin intake, just being nutritious. Can that be a thing?
That's not a thing. Don't. If you're nutritious, it means bogies want to eat you.
Yeah, just be on par with the amount of nutrients and minerals that you should keep in your body.
Do you know what on par means?
Yeah, right?
Be on par.
Yeah, just be up to the level that you should be, right?
Me too. I'm
'Cause
quite hungry.
Lack of energy, I think, gets to a lot of people.
It's making some of
during
us
the hot
delusional.
seasons.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We all need a bit of food, I think.
All right, Annie, let's get to today's News Bites. What do you got for us?
Right. So the People Power Party, or PPP, and the government will actively push forward with a set of legal revisions to protect teaching rights. So this includes a revision to the Teacher Status Improvement Act, which will list serious violations of teachers' rights in official school records. That's the students' school records, of course. Specific guidelines will be revealed next month, which will also introduce a clear definition of parents' rights in schools. And they will basically make a manual, and it'll define how to handle situations where parents interfere with teachers' educational activities at schools. And then on top of all of this, the recent passing of the elementary school teacher in Seoul revealed a heavy workload as one of the reasons for taking her life, amongst many others. So officials will review workload distribution methods to reduce this stressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of things to consider, right, in this. Now, how much will be recorded when it comes to the official school records?
Right. So they're not suggesting putting every single little infraction in there, but they do think it is necessary to include severe aggressions towards the teachers or even actions that cross the line of what is appropriate. And these changes in no way suggest that corporal punishment is allowed again. This is not the case. The revision of the Student Human Rights Ordinance will also see that teachers are able to properly guide and discipline their students effectively without corporal punishment and not having to fear legal actions with every action that they take.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I think it's going to be for the next some time. It's going to be tough for especially the teachers because I know I want to believe that most of the teachers do have the best in mind when it comes to their kids and their students. So I think it's going to be really hard for them to draw the line because I know a lot of teachers do want to help the kids, even maybe if they have to step out a little bit of their comfort zone, right? But then with these new changes, I think it's going to be they're really going to have to really think about how much they'd be willing to, I guess, kind of be in contact with their students in terms of the direct contact. I mean, yeah. So yeah, definitely we're going to be seeing in schools how this is going to play out. Thank you so much for letting us know that. What's next?
Right, monsoon season is over. So the Korea Meteorological Administration announced that monsoon season has been deemed over as of today. So Jeju was actually yesterday. And this means that the remaining days of summer ahead will be filled with even more high heat and also rainy showers.
Yeah.
The KMA, or Korea Meteorological Administration, said that as Typhoon Doksuri heads further northward away from Korea, the stationary front that has been causing this extreme rainfall has also moved upward, so we are no longer affected by it. And the monsoon season lasted for exactly a month. It was 31 days and 32 days, beginning on June 25th and 26th, depending on the region.
And it felt like we had more rain than usual, so I'm interested, were there any kind of records made this year for rainfall?
It definitely did feel extreme, and we experienced the third heaviest rainfall on record, and that's 51 years of record taking, with a total of 648.7 millimeters of rain this year. The heaviest rainfall was actually back in 2006 with 704 millimeters. I was not in Korea then, so I don't know. And then the second heaviest was just 3 years ago in 2020 with 701.4 millimeters. I don't think anyone remembers that year, however, because I do not have any recollection of it.
No.
The average amount of rain in a monsoon season is roughly 356 millimeters.
Wow.
So we basically went through 2 rounds of this monsoon season this year.
More than two years worth. Right.
This year may have felt extraordinarily strong and kind of intense, and that's because we had heavier than normal rainfalls when it did come down. So there's some days without rain, instead of just being spread out evenly over the month. So yeah, we all have to get ready for the heat. Most areas will experience temperatures that feel around 33 degrees Celsius with high humidity.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yay!
Drink lots of water. That's key.
I want to go outside and just drink lots of water and maybe a cocktail and sit by the beach and enjoy the world.
I mean, that sounds nice, right? But walking to and from the station to the station. Our station to the subway station.
So
not
hot.
looking forward to that. Right?
It is hot.
Thank you so much for that. Let's move on to our last bit of news.
Right. So China's now former foreign minister Qin Gang was removed. Just 7 months into his job yesterday, which has caused quite a bit of speculations to run rampant. The reason being is that no reason was actually given for Mr. Qin's removal. It was just announced at an emergency meeting. His predecessor Wang Yi was reappointed to his position, and adding to the sudden removal, he has also seemingly disappeared from public view for the past month, and all records of his activity as foreign minister has been scrubbed, including his high-stakes talks with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Beijing just 5 weeks ago.
Interesting. So what does that mean for China?
Yeah.
Right, so it seems President Xi Jinping is keeping his inner circle tight, seeing as Qin, who was not as experienced, was bestowed trust, but then was promptly removed. The media hasn't completely blacked out with social media posts speculating the situation. They're still remaining up and active. There hasn't been more information released, but a ministry spokesperson earlier this month did state, quote, health reasons for his absence at a summit, though observers are pointing more toward political reasons, and this isn't actually entirely unheard of in China. It has happened before. So.
Yeah, sudden changes in positions, even people just getting fired and position left being blank, right, and open. And it happens a lot, probably even more so in China, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what this means for China, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for the roundup of headline-making news. Annie, you enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank you. I'll try my best.
Thanks, Annie.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Let's have a song. This is Woman by Wolf Mother. Wow, Woman by Wolf Mother. Woman
By Wolf Mother.
Is that your jam? Is that kind of your style?
Oh yeah. I am a fan of all kinds of music except country and classical.
Those like death metal?
I wouldn't really call this death metal.
Well, this isn't death metal.
It's
but I mean,
more-
like, are you
yeah.
a fan of death metal?
I am down to listen to it. Sometimes I even crave it.
But you don't want to listen to classical?
I don't know why. I mean, I'll listen to it, and sometimes I'll enjoy like performances of it. But I never find myself, I feel like classical today.
Really? I often do.
Oh.
I put on classical when I have a student in my kumbupang.
Oh, I heard classical music helps. That's why I don't listen to it.
You want to stay dumb? I got to keep this dumb head
Hey.
on me.
You need people like me to keep the average
We do.
curve.
We do.
Pretty okay,
That's
all right?
correct. That's very correct.
Yeah.
You don't like country?
I mean, I'll listen to some, but I never like, ooh, this is good country.
A little bit of Dolly Parton.
'Cause a lot of people have pointed out that, a lot of the music that you do listen to have a lot of like very repetitive beats and rhythm and even like sounds of country music. So, yeah.
I love all music except death metal.
Oh, see, that's the
Not
thing.
really into it.
You gotta give it, that kind of try.
Rammstein.
Yeah, couldn't
Yeah,
go.
maybe.
You gotta give it a try.
You gotta
all
give
right?
it a try. Give everything a try.
Anyways,
Welcome back to the show, everybody. 6:32:33 on the clock. It's time for Laura McCluckey.
and Minsu Shin.
Yeah.
That's our names.
That's our names. Those are our names. You might find us on the radio. You might find us on YouTube. Wherever you are, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday. It's the 26th of July, Wednesday evening, and we've still got another hour and a half to go. So
We do.
glad that you're here with us. Let's look at the weather.
Nah.
It's currently 29 degrees Celsius, morning lows of 25. Tomorrow morning, afternoon highs of 31 degrees. It will be mostly sunny tomorrow, and conditions will feel hotter than the actual readings due to the high moisture levels in the air. Also, intense UV radiation will be hanging around. So drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, get your sunscreen on, stay out of the sun at, high sun hours, etc. 내일도 푹푹 찌는 날씨가 계속 되겠습니다. 무더위에 지치지 않도록 건강 관리 잘하세요, 여러분.
네, 감사합니다. When it comes to our traffic, congestion on 황령대로 from 범내골 junction going towards 황령 tunnel. We also have congestion on 강변대로 from Kupo station towards 화명 입구 three-way intersection.
Yeah.
Slow-moving traffic on Nam Express from Daejeon interchange going towards Mandok interchange. And we have a report of a car breaking down. Actually, a trailer has broken down. This is on Jungang Express from Daejeon going towards Taedong. That's right before the Taedong toll gate. Everybody,
Drive safe.
부탁드리겠습니다.
Yes.
네.
All right. Shall we do our IOB 오분 상식?
I mean, we get paid to do so.
It's time for the IOB 오분 상식, getting you in the know of some of the most useful, trending, and need-to-know words and expressions out there. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간이죠.
네, 오늘의 5분 상식은요. 도대체 왜 나만 모기에 잘 물리는 체질? 이게 따로 있을까요? 궁금하죠?
있지.
알아보도록 하겠습니다. These mosquitoes keep biting. Why only me? 왜 그렇지? 왜 모기는 나만 무는 거야?
Oh, you as well. Same here. I got 15 bites last night.
15? I got 27. 잠깐만. Are you blood type O? I heard mosquitoes prefer blood type O. 나는 O인데. Look at all these mosquito bites.
Oh, no. I'm blood type B. It's not true. Mosquitoes are attracted to smell, and I'm really smelly. I sweat a lot, especially my feet. I've got some truly ripe socks over here.
Ooh, you're telling me. 근데 나도 그래. I sweat a lot too. Oh, I realize it's because I haven't showered in days. Oh, with all that sweating, I've been outside. Oh, man.
Come on, bro. How can you avoid taking a shower after you're sweating like that?
Sweat dries up, doesn't it? And my sweat is already dry. 내 땀 다 말랐잖아.
Ah, I knew it. You sure smell like something mosquitoes love. 진짜 냄새야.
Ah, that's why mosquitoes are always chasing after me. 근데 can you hear that? 소리 들리지 않니? 야, 모기들아, mosquitoes, if you think I'm dirtier, come and bite me now. I smell ripe. Riper than usual.
Oh, 냄새. Oh, that noise makes me so annoyed.
That's got to be some of the most aggressive mosquito sounds I've ever
That was
heard.
really violent. That was. It was very violent.
엄청 화난 모기 소리였습니다, right? And they're probably pretty angry at the smell that you and I were giving off.
terrible.
Yeah. Now, some people get bitten by mosquitoes more often than others, right? Some people even they get not even bitten, right? They're unaffected by mosquitoes. So, is there a specific blood type that attracts mosquitoes more frequently? 유독 모기에 잘 물리는 체질이 있습니까? So types of individuals maybe who are more susceptible to mosquito bites?
So there's no solid evidence of mosquitoes having a preference for specific blood types, but they are attracted to humans' 냄새. So human odor, BO, body odor. So mosquitoes tend to target infants, active adolescents, and adults with larger bodies and more sweat due to factors like smell, odors, carbon dioxide, body heat, and moisture.
I got a lot of that.
All of the above. Check. People with a lot of body heat and sweat are very easily noticeable and very attractive to mosquitoes, even from a distance. And mosquitoes are particularly sensitive to foot odor,
Oh.
foot smells, and they can also be attracted to the smell of soap or perfume.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. It's like extreme opposites.
Yeah.
Foot odor and perfume.
perfume.
Right?
But it just depends on what is in the perfume, of course.
그렇죠. Then, is there maybe a particular color that mosquitoes are attracted to?
So mosquitoes are attracted to ultraviolet rays. In the 350 to 400 nm range, and they prefer dark colors like black or red over bright colors like white or yellow.
Okay.
So wearing bright clothes instead of dark clothes during things like hiking, for example, or going to
Yeah.
the beach, that can help avoid attracting mosquitoes.
You know, this makes sense. You know that one mosquito in your room when the lights are off?
Yeah.
As soon as you turn it on, like you don't see it flying around anymore. It's like landed somewhere and you try so hard to find it and then you give up and you turn the lights off and then it
it's
goes
like,
again, right?
past your ear, and then you
Yeah.
smash yourself in the face.
I'm angry already. Now, do ultrasonic wave repellents, I know they sell a bunch of these, right? Do they actually work driving away mosquitoes? 모기 쫓아낸다는 초음파 퇴치기 효과가 있습니까?
No.
Oh.
Because mosquitoes can't detect ultrasound.
What?
So rendering these ultrasound repellents pretty ineffective.
방금 모기 소리 같지 않았어? What?
Yeah. No, sorry. Mosquito repellent devices using male mosquitoes' flying sounds from a smartphone app work against one specific type of mosquito.
Oh.
But they're not very practical because they can only kind of deter around 33% of mosquitoes. So ultimately, a better approach is to wash your body immediately after getting all sweaty if you don't want to get mosquitoes on you.
Yeah.
Or you can get those scented, citronella scented bands or stickers or that kind of stuff. Apparently they work quite well. So I've got a bunch of them for my son.
I have one of those mosquito and slash like those fly catchers where I forget it's the light or something that they're attracted to, right? But when they get near it, it's like a really, really quiet vacuum. And then it sucks them in and then they can't fly out. And because like the air is like pushing them down, they eventually like lose all their energy and just pass away.
Oh, that's dark.
That is, right? But they deserve it.
But they, well, yeah. I don't like that.
네, and it's hard. 모기 여름에 이제 기본이고 제일 힘들죠.
맞아요. 난
네.
진짜 있지. 지금 간지러워.
그렇죠. 모기는 흡열 대상을 찾을 때 채취, 이산화탄소, 체온, 습기의 영향을 받으며 특히 땀 냄새, 발 냄새, 로라, 향수 냄새가 모기를 쉽게 유인한다고 합니다.
네.
오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 교회종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 저 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래 라디오.
네가 저번 주에 온 신참인 것 같네.
22번 홀림병!
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요. 오늘은
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It is time for Busan Close Up with Casey.
Hi.
Wait a
Not
minute.
Tegan. Tegan's on vacation, so Casey's here in the studio to do Close Up.
That's right. I'm close up to you guys. Is that
You
okay?
are close up,
You're pretty
and you've got
close.
a little close up on the old
Showered.
YouTube.
Oh dear. Hi.
There's Casey's face.
Yes.
There you go. Everybody say hi to Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Hi, Casey.
You guys doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
good.
good.
How are you?
It's a little sweaty outside,
Yes.
so I'm trying to hide it. but hopefully you don't see it. But
I can
I felt
smell it though.
Yeah, 2 showers is just like not even enough anymore.
맞아요.
I think I don't take showers, but I've heard.
But you've heard that's what they say. Round
That's
the
what it's all
street.
about.
Yeah.
네. But Casey, filling in for Tegan while she's away. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us once again here in the studio.
My pleasure.
So where are you going to take our listeners today, Casey?
I'm going to take you to a place called Busan박물관. And yeah, that's where I went today, in fact. And it was actually a perfect day to go inside because they've got something, some kind of invention called aircon.
Aircon.
Oh, I've heard of those.
You know those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
They're
cool.
pretty
Nice.
amazing.
좋습니다. It was a perfect day to be there, trust me.
네. A lot of people looking for, anywhere indoors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
During the summer season. And the museum, it's a very underrated place.
Perfect place.
Yeah.
The location's great.
Cafes, yeah.
Yeah.
And wait, you went to which museum did you go to?
Busan박물관,
That's
which is
near
right next
your
to
house.
Yeah, totally. It's in my hood.
There you go.
It's in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I actually literally took my bicycle to get there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
UN 평화로?
Yeah, UN 평화공원 바로 옆에. Yeah, it's right next to the UN Peace Park. So if
Yeah.
you're not sure where that is, it's a huge park in the middle of Busan. It's pretty easy to find.
There might be some
Yeah.
listeners drawing maps as you guys describe it. Okay, Casey lives somewhere around here.
Plotting
Right.
Casey's
맞아요.
house. Here he
Tell
is.
me how to get home, actually, if you can. I'm not sure how I'm getting home tonight.
So you went over to the Busan 박물관.
I did. And, yeah. So basically, I met a curator who's there, Kim Sodam Hakyesa, which is curator, right? And she was awesome. And this is usually when I do reporting segments, I'll just do it in the studio with you guys. So this was the rare. Thank you, Tegan, for giving me the rare opportunity to actually go interview somebody.
Oh.
I felt special.
You are
Yeah.
special.
Well, thank you.
And everybody stares at you, right? While you're kind of carry around a recorder or a
I
mic.
did. Yeah. I did
people's
carry around a
faces.
ridiculous microphone. It was oversized.
네.
complicated.
You wanted everyone to see you.
I
Did you
think-
wear your press badge?
No, but I'm getting one.
You should.
I'm going to get a tattoo of a press badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was great. They treated me so nicely.
Yeah.
And the curator was awesome. She helped me get to meet other people as well.
Yeah.
So today I felt oh, wow, it's really cool to be a reporter.
Yeah.
I felt special. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So one thing I thought is, oftentimes when we think of museums, you might think, you just kind of walk around and look at things on a wall or something like that. But no, today actually I wanted to talk about things that they have experiences. Right? So I was there to ask about the Busan Museum summer program, which
네.
I'm going to do my best to say it. 여름엔 박물관.
맞습니다.
How's that? Yeah?
좋았어요.
Shall we take a listen?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today I have come to the Busan Museum and I'm going to talk with the curator. Can you please introduce yourself? 자기 소개해 주세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 부산박물관 교육홍보팀 학예연구사 김소담입니다.
Please introduce Busan Museum summer program, 여름엔 박물관. 부산 박물관의 여름 프로그램인 여름의 박물관에 대해 소개해 주세요.
여름엔 박물관 프로그램은 여름방학을 맞이한 초등학생을 대상으로 운영하는 프로그램입니다. 보통 8월 첫째 주 화요일에서 일요일까지 오전 10시와 오후 1시에 진행해서 총 12회 진행됩니다. 올해 여름엔 박물관은 실험 고고학을 주제로 청동기 시대의 도구인 반달도 칼을 만들고 또 사용해 보면서 청동기 시대의 도구와 생활사에 대해서 이해해 보려 합니다. 저희 지금 여름엔 박물관 프로그램은 인기 프로그램이라서 예약이 벌써 마감이 되었고요. 다음 겨울방학이 되면 겨울엔 박물관 프로그램이 운영이 됩니다. 그때는 서둘러서 예약해 주시기 바랍니다.
I also wanted to ask, do you get a lot of foreign visitors to the museum? 외국인 관광객 많이 방문하나요?
네, 저희 외국인 관광객들이 다수 방문하시는데요. 보통 교환학생을 하고 있는 대학생 친구들이나 아니면 크루즈를 타고 오시는 여행객들이 조금 많으신 편이에요. 보통 박물관을 관람을 하시고 저희 박물관에 위치한 문화체험관에서 한복을 입어 보시거나 차를 마시는 다도 체험을 하시는 경우가 많으세요.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
So nice, right?
Yeah, very informative. So, right now, she mentioned a very popular exhibition, it sounds like, all about
Yes.
knives.
Right. So do you guys like knives?
I mean,
They help me cut stuff.
Do you want to cut something right now?
Yeah,
are
sure.
you gonna take
What
one
did you
out?
bring?
I brought a knife.
Yeah.
So
Better be a
You
butter
bring
knife.
like a
soft round edges.
Kimbap.
No, Kim, sorry. Kim Sodam Shi was kind enough to actually, she showed me. So I got like a behind the scenes tour, y'all. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't take stuff out of the museum, right?
You're not allowed to. You're not supposed to do that, Casey.
Well, I ran and nobody stopped me. So I think
I mean,
finders
I'm
keepers.
just gonna borrow a couple of these, right? And he runs out the museum.
Let me show you. Oh,
Yeah. Oh
let's
wow.
open the, no, actually, I was given this. I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I'm probably gonna hurt myself with it. It's unbelievably. So I can't get it on the camera there.
Oh.
This is what they're making.
Wow.
So it's,
did you make that?
I didn't make it because I have zero skills. But if you take the time to actually sign up and join the course, they'll
Yeah.
teach you how to make it, and you can make this cool strap too. Leather.
Wow.
So
So this is
cool.
what they use long time ago, right?
The Bronze Age.
Yeah.
That long ago. So this is called a bandal dolkal.
네, 'cause
which
it's
is a half
반달.
moon stone knife. Yeah.
맞아요.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
There you
맞죠?
go.
So
네.
it's like sharper than you'd expect.
Let's do some ASMR with that.
You wanna?
Let me do some ASMR.
Yeah. Make sure you get your 5 o'clock shadow,
So
Laura. There you go.
there you go. It's working. It's working like a
Nice.
charm. I actually did take a picture. She gave me a demonstration. She like cut. They had these little tubes, and she like cut one. I was like, wow, it cuts. So it works.
Yeah.
It works.
So this is pretty popular.
There's dirt there now.
I imagine this program, right? This exhibition, and you mentioned like the classes and like even programs that could make stuff like this.
Yeah.
Especially popular amongst the kids.
Yeah, totally. And it's actually aimed at kids. This one's specifically for elementary school students. And yeah, it's running from August 1st. So it hasn't started yet. So it's August 1st till August 6th. And it's basically between 10 a.m., 1 p.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you didn't make a reservation, yeah.
맞아요.
Wah,
The
wah.
clip did mention this is they usually have this during vacation time. So the summer one's all filled up, but they
Right.
have another program lined up for winter. So because this is a very popular program, parents, if you want to your kids to participate in this, you got to get on that quick, all right? But they're going to do it every summer and every winter according to the clip.
Right, and actually, because I was like behind the scenes chilling with the crew backstage,
Yeah.
which was very cool. I was like, yeah, I'm with them. I did get the chance to talk to one of the instructors as well. Would you like to hear? She's going to talk about
Yes,
kind of the
please.
difference
Yes.
between the programs. Hi, can you please introduce yourself? 자기 소개해 주세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 부산박물관 교육홍보팀 문화예술교육사 한지연입니다.
What's the difference between 여름엔 박물관 and the next program? 이번 여름엔 박물관 프로그램과 다음에 하는 프로그램에 차이점이 있나요?
네, 있습니다. 여름의 박물관은 박물관에 전시된 유물을 이용하여 교육을 하는 프로그램이고요. 다음 달에 하는 프로그램은 특별 전시와 연계해서 하는 프로그램입니다. 다음 프로그램에서는 사진을 이용하여서 앨범을 만들어 가족 단위로 앨범을 가져갈 수 있는 프로그램을 계획하고 있습니다.
Thank you so much.
감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, everybody's so nice, right?
맞아요.
It was cool. Like they were, sometimes when you try to interview people, they're a little bit hesitant, but at the Busan Museum, not at all. They were so welcoming today. I really appreciated it.
Nice. So, it's talking more about the program, how popular it is. Make sure you get on it when it comes to reservations, right? It is a reservation-based
Right, and they
program.
do have a limited space, right? Obviously, as well. So, it's a hands-on experience. So it's something you might not get the chance to do elsewhere, right? So yeah, take advantage while it's here. It's cool. These are really cool programs.
Yeah, I think a lot of listeners, if you're parents, you probably got stuff from schools, 유치원s saying that these are a lot of these programs and exhibitions that you could take your kids to. Busan Bakmulgan was in my little pamphlet that my daughter
Yeah.
brought home. Right?
Right.
I'm sure a lot of parents are aware of what goes on there. You got to check out some other stuff.
I did. So I was all about I want experience. Give me the experience. So I went to the Culture Experience Center, which is part of the museum. It's like if you go into the main entrance, it's kind of on the lower left side. There's a separate entrance you can go through.
네.
And they introduced me to everything that was going on there. Very cool as well. Would you like to hear?
Yes, let's do it.
Can you please introduce yourself? 자기 소개해 주세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 부산박물관 문화체험관에 근무하고 있는 다도지도사 지미라입니다.
What kind of people visit the Cultural Experience Center here? 이곳 그 문화체험관 어떤 사람들이 자주 오나요?
이곳 부산박물관의 지층에 위치하고 있는 문화체험관에는 세계 여러 나라 분들이 오십니다. 한국 분들을 비롯하여 중국, 일본, 한국, 그 외에 여러 나라 분들께서 오십니다.
What can we do here at the Cultural Experience Center? 문화체험관에서는 무엇을 할 수 있나요?
이곳 문화체험관에 오시면 한국의 전통 복식과 그리고 다도 체험, 그 외에 탁본, 또 유물 퍼즐 등 그러한 것들을 즐기실 수 있습니다. 다도 체험과 복식 체험 그리고 퍼즐 이렇게 말씀을 드렸는데 복식 체험 같은 경우에는 궁중 복식과 일반 복식으로 나뉘어 있는데요. 궁중 복식은 우리의 궁궐에서 입었던 옷들 있죠. 그러한 옷들을 체험해 보실 수 있고, 또 일반 복식은 한국의 명절이나 이럴 때 예쁘게 한복을 차려입고 다니시는 분들 보셨을 거예요. 그러한 옷들을 어린아이와 또 같이 해볼 수 있는 그러한 체험입니다.
So the woman I just talked to, as she was telling me this, she was like showing me around this exhibit by myself, which was cool. I got, backstage pass.
VVIP status.
Telling you. And so you can see like there's like these traditional rooms and how they're done up and what people usually do like long ago for these traditional ceremonies. So it's really cool. And she was like, please do mention that, it's also possible to get some of these instructions and some of these lessons in other languages as well, like English, Chinese, and Japanese are the main ones I think that they usually do them in. So if you're worried about going and it's only going to be in Korean, not necessarily. You can reserve them for other experiences as well.
Nice. And I think this is also a reservation based kind of program.
Right.
But if you did not make a reservation but sometimes people cancel, stuff could happen. Actually, you could sign up day of if there are openings. That is a possibility, but reservation based as well.
Yeah, they recommend reservations for sure.
Nice. Did you get a chance to talk to anybody else there?
I did. Somebody from Seoul, all the way from Seoul, who came to the museum.
네.
Let's take a listen. Hi, can you please introduce yourself? 자기 소개해 주세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 서울에서 온 이윤소라고 하고요. 현재 숭실대학교 AI융합학부 재학 중입니다.
Can you tell me what you did today? 오늘 수업 뭐 했습니까?
저는 오늘 부산시립박물관에 방문해서 궁중복식 체험을 했는데요. 다른 곳에서 일반 복식 체험도 할 수 있지만 부산시립박물관에는 특히 궁중복식 체험이 있더라고요. 그래서 그 부분을 신청해서 체험을 했고요. 궁중복식 체험 도중에는 저고리 내는 방법을 되게 자세하게 알려주시기도 하고, 가채라고 머리 위에 쓰는 게 있는데 그것도 되게 자세하게 알려주셔서 되게 재밌었고요. 또 특히 대대라고 허리에 매는 띠 같은 게 있는데 그것도 어떻게 매는지 하나하나 자세하게 설명해 주시면서 복식을 체험하다 보니까 진짜 제가 조선에 온 것 같고, 저는 지금 한국에 있지만 정말 조선시대에서 살아가는 사람이 된 것 같은 느낌을 받았어요. 그래서 되게 재밌는 체험이었고요. 특히 다른 곳에서 할 수 있는 일반 복식이 아니라 궁중복식은 여기서만 즐길 수 있었기 때문에 그 부분이 가장 마음에 들었던 것 같습니다.
You look like you had a very good time today. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. 역시 진짜 서울
서울말.
사람이었어요.
We were analyzing, right? She's not from Busan, clearly.
맞아요. But she did mention this is probably one of the only places, or maybe she's been to, and probably for a lot of other visitors, that you could actually try on like the royal clothing. I know a lot of these hanbok places just offer like I don't want to say
My status.
But
the normal people.
Yeah, at the Busan Museum, you could actually put on stuff like kings and queens, more back then.
Super cool.
Yeah.
She was impressed particularly with the hat and the belt. She kept showing me, she's like, wow, this is so cool.
Come look at this, Casey.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. So one of probably the most popular places just in the summer season as it is. Was it very cool in there?
It was awesome. Yeah,
Nice,
it was a great place to escape from the heat.
Yeah,
and that
folks.
building's just nice to walk around. They've always got exhibitions going on there.
것 같아요.
Busan in 1970 is coming up. If you want to know what it's like in 1970s Busan, that's an upcoming exhibition next month.
That definitely sounds fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Casey, thank you so much. That was it for today's Busan Close Up. You did an awesome job. Thank you so much for filling in for Tegan.
My pleasure. Give me my knife back.
We'll see you
꼭 주길
sometime.
드릴게요.
Don't give him a knife. Nightmare. Thanks, Casey.
Bye, Casey. Bye.
All right, this is The Killers with Mr. Brightside. We will see you at 7 o'clock.
She's calling a cab while he's having a smoke, and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed, and my stomach is sick, and it's all in
BFM is having a mid-season special revamp. We've prepared more diverse, informative, and fun content, so don't miss out and stay tuned. Get ready to rev up your mornings from Monday to Friday, 9 to 10, with our brand new music show, The Boombox. You can join us from noon to 2 p.m. for your favorite K-pop hits at K-pop Fiesta, airing Monday to Saturday. And every Tuesday through Saturday, Morning Groove will keep you company from 1 to 3 a.m. BFM appreciates your continued love and support as we strive to bring you the most entertaining and informative programming. You can visit bfm.or.kr for more details.
안녕하세요. 전국민 안전 캠페인 홍보대사 오나라입니다. 서두르다가 안전사고 겪은 분들 많죠? 그래서 빨리빨리 하기 전에 5초만 안전습관 캠페인을 시작합니다. 에스컬레이터로 뛰어들기 전에 5초만, 멈춘 후에 손잡이 꼭 잡고 타기, 슬금슬금 우회전하기 전에 5초만, 확실히 멈추고 주의 살피기, 이륜차 타기 전에 5초만, 헬멧 확인하고 출발하기. 빨리빨리 하기 전에 5초만 멈추면 모두의 안전이 계속됩니다. 다 함께 시작해볼까요? 나부터 5초만. 5초만, 5초만. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다. 로라 민수의 인사이드 아웃 부산.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here in the studio for the second half of Inside Out Busan at 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm Laura McCluckey.
And I am Min Soo Shin.
Yes, you are.
Sorry, was I a bit too dramatic?
And I am. No.
I always do want to make an entrance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for accepting me, listeners.
You are the largest drama queen of this studio, and I love it. I respect it.
Thank you. It's your respect that I was looking for. That's
Yeah.
why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly not the money. It's time for My Life, My English. Now, this
Yeah.
is the segment we do every Wednesday at this time. It's a very special version of On the Mic. So what happens is someone who is learning English, or someone who uses English a lot, or someone who is just on an English language learning journey comes into our studio and tells us all about their story. So let's see who's on the mic today.
Hello everyone, this is IOB's weekly segment, My Life, My English. I'm Annie, Anni입니다, and of course we have our week's guest here in the studio. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, all right, can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
First of all, thank you for inviting me today in
Of
here.
course.
My name is Ihan. I'm 25 years old. I'm graduated in the Busan University of Foreign Studies.
Oh.
And then I also work here in Busan right now. Yeah, I currently live in Gangseok area. So it was kind of hard to get here today.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm actually working for the international company. I'm executive assistant right now.
Oh, wow. Is it because your English is good?
Kinda. But not really.
All right, so let's jump into it. How did you get to know BEFM?
It's kind of interesting. So usually when I'm driving, I'm usually listening to music in my car. But one day I kind of sick of listening to my playlist. So I turned the radio and then I find out these channels. And then at the time, I think it was 4 p.m. duo was going
yeah.
on. Yeah, and then it was quite fun.
Yeah,
So,
they're very fun. Well, your segment today will be going out on Inside Out Busan. So shout out to Inside Out Busan. Well, thank you for getting sick of your playlist. I'm glad you found us. So do you have any experience living overseas? And if you do you have any good stories you can share with us?
I actually didn't live overseas countries. I just went to travel more likely. I kind of wanted to share about my experience experiences when I went to the States.
Oh, yes, we love that.
It was 2015. I just went there for volunteer translator, that kind of thing.
That's fun.
Yeah, and for the like Korean youth ballet troops. Yeah, there was a lot of teenagers from Korea. They act a play in front of the people. It was not about the Korean thing, but people actually enjoyed to see that performance. I stayed there in a homestay.
Homestay, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was really lovely, kindly one grandpa and then grandma.
Oh, your host family was a grandpa and grandma.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
They will always make me great food and they invite their family like parties.
So you had a true American experience with
Yeah,
them.
it was really good.
Oh.
So that's why I wanted to go to the States sometime.
Well, maybe you can visit them again in the future.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Possibly. Okay, so do you have any proud moments as an English speaker?
Proud of myself, got a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing. But more likely when I'm helping the foreigners who's visiting Korea, sometimes they have a hard time figuring out where to go or what to order. So I actually help them give a directions or like explaining what is this food about.
It's really a good feeling when you can help people enjoy Korea because Korea can be a little bit difficult when you're first traveling here. That's really nice. Okay, do you have any maybe good tips and tricks that you can share with our listeners about learning English?
Learning English. Actually, I didn't consider the English as study or something that I need to like overcome. I just enjoyed. I got to know about the cultures of the English speakers, like watching their like dramas or like listening to music makes me learning English very easily.
So your tip here would be immerse yourself in the culture.
Yeah, that's right. So when I was kids, there were always foreigners who teaches the English.
Right, the foreign teacher.
I think that was really fun to like learn English through him or her because they always brought the fun stuff in the classes. Yeah, I think that was kind of a moment that I can enjoy. So since there, I participated in the English camp, English competitions. I just got to know about English. And then after that, I also like major in English when I got to the university.
Yeah, so you got kind of lucky. So you met a good teacher when you were younger and you found out that English is fun. English is definitely fun. Maybe our listeners need to find the joy in English.
Yeah, true. That's the easiest and the quickest way.
Definitely. All right, so let's move on to our last question. Do you have any life goals or English goals that you would like to share with us?
Actually, when I was young, I just want to become a person who can help each others, more like minority. Means like could be a foreigners or the like disabled. So I think this is the one of thing that I'm doing right now because I'm working for the foreigners. Also, I want to be a helper for the Koreans who is living outside of this country.
So you want to help people, whoever it is, whether it's foreigners visiting our country or living here, expats, or people with disabilities. So you're just a helper. I'm like that too. I love helping people.
Okay.
Well, that's really nice, and I hope you achieve all of your goals for the future, and maybe I'll see you around.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Spend it on the have-nots. Money, we make it. Before we see it, you take it. Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah. Make me wanna holler the way they do my life. This ain't living, this ain't living. No, no, baby. regret. No, 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 no. Inflation, no chance to increase finance. Bills pile up, sky high. Send that boy off to die. Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Oh, baby. La, 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 hang-ups, letdowns, bad breaks, setbacks, natural. Fact is, oh, honey, that I can't pay my taxes. Oh, make me wanna holler and throw up both my hands. Yeah, it made me wanna holler and throw up both my hands. Oh, crime is increasing. Trigger happy, policing. Panic is spreading. God knows where we're headed. Oh, Everybody thinks we're wrong, but mother, who are they to judge us? Mother, mother, simply cause we wear our hair long. Mother, mother,
Oh, what a tune.
Yeah.
Inner City Blues by Marvin Gaye. Super Party Pooper name on the YouTube chat saying good and chill music. Thumbs up.
Pooper name, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Love it.
That song was dedicated to today's My Life, My English guest.
Yes, it was indeed. So first of all, thank you so much, Annie, for that lovely interview. And to our interviewee, 이하은님, who is an executive assistant.
Yeah.
Sounds very fancy.
Does a lot of the translating, right? She didn't mention like what, field or, industry that she was in, but probably very important if, they are working along with English speaking, other companies, executives from other countries. So yeah, important work that she's doing.
Yeah. And I mean, she was talking about she's never been across to, anywhere abroad to live, but she's traveled abroad. And she stayed over in a homestay. And so I guess that's living though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not just traveling. Anyway, so she said that her homestay family were really nice and really kind. But there was lots of Koreans over there as well. So she got to enjoy chatting with Koreans and just making the most of it and having fun.
맞아요.
But I love that at the beginning she said, I got sick of my playlist. So that's how I find BEFM.
I'm so sick of the songs I listen to every day. I just want to listen to the radio.
When I came
What's
and saw
this?
you tonight, I saw you looking at Barack Obama's playlist.
Yeah, right? So I wasn't like, all right, what is Barack Obama listening to? I just happened to come across like a post on my social media about his summer playlist. I was like, oh yeah, he had like a song that I really enjoyed, which was, the song
This
that we
one?
just listened
Yeah.
to, right? Does that mean me and Barack Obama have
Synergy?
similar tastes?
And
And probably intellect?
Yeah.
Leadership? Intelligence? Why aren't you answering?
So it was really nice to have an interview with you.
아니요, 그게 중요하죠. 네, 맞습니다.
But yeah, it was really good, and I loved her energy. Actually, she's just talking about how we should just have fun.
Yeah.
When we're learning English.
맞아요.
It's really important.
I think, and that's the main message I got from her, right? Because she mentioned in her last bit what recommendation, advice she wants to give to our listeners when it comes to learning English. It has to be fun.
Yeah.
If you see it as something that like you have to just get through, or you're like learning. I mean, learning could be fun for other people, but if you're like thinking of like junior high, I just got to study because I just need a grade to pass, then it's not going to like stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to have fun. You have to enjoy it to be able to, like learn more from it.
Yeah.
Absorb it more.
Absorb it.
Yeah.
Agreedo.
맞아요. But great advice, and thank you so much to our guest of the day, Miss Ihan, as well as the reporter Annie. That was today's My Life, My English.
Yes, indeed. And we
Yeah.
will have more of that next Wednesday, and of course more of the On the Mic tomorrow and Friday.
Every Wednesday we do this.
And every day. Yes.
All right.
Let's look at the weather,
Yeah.
shall we? Okay. So it's currently 29 degrees Celsius in Busan on average. Morning lows of 25, afternoon highs of 31 degrees tomorrow. It will be hot. It will be humid. And uncomfortable temperatures will continue with tropical night syndrome happening here in Busan. Tropical night syndrome is basically when the temperature doesn't drop below 25 degrees overnight. So at the coolest or the coldest point of the evening, the temperature is still above 25. That's tropical night syndrome.
Yeah. But you know what it is? It's the humidity too.
Yeah.
Because my thermostat reads 27 in my house, but it's doable, especially when we're going to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel like 25 plus the humidity is what kind of does it.
Yeah.
But if it's like humidity plus 27, probably unbearable.
Too much.
For a lot of people,
Too
right?
much.
Yeah.
The UV ray index will also be in the high range, so make sure to wear plenty of sunblock before you head out and stay hydrated, everybody. 내일도 무덥겠고요. 네, 자외선도 높고 열대야 현상도 보이겠습니다. 그래서 조심하세요.
Yes, so we are in for some hot summer nights from here on out.
조심하시오.
When it comes to our traffic, we have congestion on 울숙도대로 from 울숙도대교 junction going towards 신평장림 산업단지 junction. Also congestion on 수영 강변대로 from Centum Middle School going towards 과정교. Slow-moving traffic on 낙동남로 from 학원 다리 going towards 하단 junction. Everybody,
drive safe.
That was 7 R's.
Drive safe.
12.
I'm not going to do more. Actually, speaking of which, we've got a very stupid me time coming right up.
How stupid can it be?
It gets worse and worse, Minsu. It's a Wednesday. It can only go downhill from here.
그 정도예요?
네.
You want to get right into it?
Let's do it. Yeah, what? I told you it was gonna get a whole lot of stupid up in here.
그런 느낌 아니었는데.
No. Welcome to Me Time, everybody. Me Time is the segment that I do every Wednesday. It used to be a Thursday, but we changed it to a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Minsu does his segment on a Monday, and I do mine on a Wednesday. And mine is all about how we spend our time for ourselves, just making our lives a little bit better, a little bit happier, a little bit easier, more relaxed in our body, more relaxed in our relationships, that kind of stuff. So just tips for your general well-being.
That is the name of the game, called
Yeah.
Me Time.
Me Time. Me Time. Look at what's going on YouTube.
Yeah,
They're having a laugh.
맞아요.
You having a laugh? She having a laugh.
Yeah. What's up to Super Party Pooper님, 우리 인류의 충전소님, 가스님 saying yes, Mr. President Minsu. I like the sound of that.
I would not vote for Minsu.
Mr. President Minsu.
Mr. Minsu.
It's Mr. President to you.
Mr.
All right?
President.
Mr. President Minsu.
And then you just need a pool party. Lol.
Yeah.
You do need a pool party.
We all need a pool
I
party.
need a pool party. I want
Yeah.
a pool party. But listen, I have got a me time today that is all sorts of silly. But silly in a good way.
I'm looking forward to it.
So as we go through Me Time, this is the second season that I've done Me Time. It gets difficult to think of things that I can bring to you that are new and that actually constitute Me Time, but are actually things, there's lots of things that I could just talk about, but there's things that I want our listeners to get involved with as well. And mainly I want to make you do things.
계속 일 시킬 거예요?
That's my me time. Is 괴롭히는 게 to Minsu.
I'm glad.
If I annoy Minsu, then that boosts my well-being and happiness.
I'm glad. I bring you mental wellness.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Through my pain and discomfort.
Yes, indeed.
네.
So today I want to do something. It's all about, it's about being vocal, but did you or have you ever heard about things like chanting or 뭐지? Like
Oh
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Because it's something that I picked it up as a kid. Because whenever I think meditation, I think like the cross-legged, and you like do like the OK upside down sign, and you put it on both your knees.
Yep.
And then you go
I mean,
I thought that's what meditation was when I was a kid.
a lot of people think that's meditation.
Still,
it's,
right?
I mean, it
could
can
be.
It is a type of meditation,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that is really, really obvious is that our senses are a huge part of us being able to relax, be able to feel calm, relieved of stress, etc., etc. So, especially in this hot weather, I would like to suggest a few things that we can do without spending money, without going outside, without even moving from where we're sitting,
I like the sound of that.
with just using our voice and our lungs and our ears to make ourselves feel relaxed and chilled.
Yeah, I mean, I breathe and I listen to people anyway, so
Yeah.
that's
why not?
I'm already doing that.
So today I'm going to talk about some vocal exercises. I went to drama school. Did you know this?
You mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to...
Along with wellness,
Yeah.
and you're ambassador of everything.
I'm an ambassador of this room. I went to, so when I was younger, I went to theatre school when I was very young, and I went to dancing and all that kind of stuff, and school plays and XYZ. And then when I got older, I actually went to drama college. And so when I was at theatre school when I was younger and drama college when I was older, there's a lot of vocal exercises that you have to do before you go on stage, before you... before you sing, before you just gonna play a part. And then, of course, as a broadcaster, you need, our voice is our instrument. Our voice is the moneymaker. It's not our faces. It's our voices.
I mean...
Shake that moneymaker.
Yeah.
Brrr, shake that. That's what we have to do. So what we need to do as well is we need to look after our voice. We need to think about it as just like another tool for our life. But vocal exercises, you can do them for practical reasons, but you can also do them to cause huge relaxation in the body, because what happens is you're dealing with breathing in nice deep breaths, breathing out nice slow breaths, making noises that do things like relax the vocal cords, or you cause a resonance in your chest. And it's a very soothing sound, and it vibrates through the body, and you end up just relaxing yourself, or you relax other people.
Okay, so I don't know if this is in your script. Probably not.
Yeah.
But you mentioned these types of, vocal exercises that causes these vibrations. Somebody recommended to me, if you especially want better and more, I guess, consistent bowel movements.
Yeah.
I heard like these humming exercises work because the vibrations, going throughout your body, that also can start rumblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very true. So a certain frequency, and I'm not sure which frequency it is, but I think it's pretty low.
They did say low.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what it is, but it can stimulate a certain response in the human body. And so vibration is a real tool for us to be able to relax our body. Think about singing bowls or et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So when I was in college, sometimes my roommates would hear me go, I would be in the bathroom, I go, oh, like this lowest, that I can do. Because I want, while I'm on the can. And I don't know, I felt like...
TMI, Busan.
it felt like it worked.
It does work.
Yeah.
There's I don't know if this is an urban legend, but there's back in the day we used to do a lot of vocal exercises for relaxation, for warming up, and there was always this threat that there's a frequency that will make you have a bowel movement.
Yeah.
Make you poop your pants.
Yeah.
If you listen to it loud enough and for long enough.
Oh, I don't know about the pants, but we do always mention in our show, especially on Tuesdays, that it should be a healthy part of your daily life.
Pooping well. Okay.
I'm done with my kind of thing
Thank
on
you.
that.
About time. So, some vocal exercises. The first one is very, very simple. I'm going to tell you 4 today. We're going to do it, and you can do it along at home as well. First one is just simply humming. Exactly. Well done.
Done. Next.
잘했습니다. So all we do is we sit up nice and... We don't need to sit up nice and tall, but the reason we want to sit up with a kind of nice space and upright, shoulders down, etc., is because we want to give our body, our thoracic cavity, aka the chest area, and also the abdominal cavity, enough space to move when we're breathing in and out, okay? So sit up nice and straight, or sit up nice and comfortably, and we take a deep breath in, and we exhale out while humming a single note. Why'd you change?
I was just trying to make it on par with yours.
It was the same. So you can change the pitch up and down, and actually it's important that you do play with the pitch, because there'll be certain pitches that you really enjoy, certain pitches that don't really, help you. But what it does, it relaxes your throat, it helps to focus your mind, and because it warms up the voice, it also reduces tension in the neck area, and if you're feeling a bit uptight, feeling a bit stressed, it's just, very, very nice to...
Yeah. I feel like this is something that... I don't know why, but it feels such like an ajashi thing to do, especially in the mornings, like after you wake up.
Hum?
Like hum, because, when you wake up, you want to get your throat going. And for a lot of people, they might not do exercises, vocal cord exercises to get your voice warmed up.
Yeah.
So you wake up and you just don't use it the whole time until you get to the office. And then when you start using it, that's when it's, it sounds really raspy. It sounds really weak because that's the first time you're using it. So even doing this at home before you step outside, you're already getting your vocal cords going. You know, it's all warmed up. So when you get to work or whatever it is that you're doing, your voice is more presentable, I guess.
Warm up everything, every part of your body. And so that's a really good one, really, really easy. The second one, not everybody can do this.
Oh.
Let me show you. Lip trills.
Trills?
So you want to purse your lips together, like this. And you want to make a brr sound like a horse, so like like a horse. And you're going to try and keep it going for as long as you can in a single breath. So like the humming, we breathe in. And on the exhale...
I could go on for a long time, but I'm not going to...
Why?
Because it's probably not the best sound, you know, because we always want to fill our listeners, you know, with beautiful noises.
Joy. Well, listeners, you do that one at home. You can also change the pitch for that as well. So you can do like a phone.
Yeah.
And your lips will be vibrating, and it can be quite tickly. It's a little bit weird. But what happens
I like the feeling of it after like 5 seconds of doing it. It gets your lips all tingly.
A little tickly.
Yeah.
But what happens is, see, when you take a nice deep breath and then you do it actually helps to balance the airflow. So we've talked a bit about this before. You need to have a good balance of airflow so that you have optimal oxygen in the body and optimal carbon dioxide, because you can't have lots of one and not lots of the other.
Yeah.
So this is good if you're stressed as well. You can go into the bathroom and be like... Yeah.
Can you imagine? People like going to the bathroom. Oh, that Lord, I'm just so angry. Okay, calm down.
You can also do this to balance airflow.
That's like a pss, 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 that kind of sound. Yeah.
It's like a little sprinkler. But anyway, and it also promotes facial relaxation. So if your face is feeling a bit tight,
yeah,
you can shake your head across the way as well. That's not part of it.
So those are called lip trills.
Lip trills.
Right? So it balances airflow.
And it makes you look cool, and people will want to be your friend.
Yeah. Try it out on the streets right now.
And this is where you start learning how to go brrrah, brrrah.
That's not something I want to teach our listeners.
What? Why? That's not part of it. I just made that up. The next one is just sighing. So how good does it feel? Okay, see when you lift your arms up. Inhale, and then you go...
This is something that I do enjoy.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day. I do it like as soon as I get up for sure. Right? And just like sometimes when I'm in the car, when I'm at a red light, it feels so good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, you're making an audible, I guess, declaration to your body that you feel good. You're being vocal about stretching out. So when you inhale, raise your arms above your head. You can stretch.
You might have busted a couple speakers.
No, I was quiet. And when you go down on the it's so relaxing. It's so good for just relieving tension in the body. And again, if you're feeling stressed at work, or if you're someone who sits in a car for many hours a day, if you're someone who sits at a desk for many hours a day, just stretching is great.
Yeah.
But it feels better when you add that vocal element and you just kind of raise the tension in the top of your body. It's like this tension relaxation meditation. So you tense part of the body and then you relax it. So you notice the difference in it. So inhale, squeeze that tension all the way up into the top of the body.
Yeah. It's like a release, right? That you feel, and you do it through sounds. You do it through your voice. Yeah. That kind of, you mentioned that tensing up, clenching, wherever, and then you kind of like let go, and it's like your body being through that like sigh, through that or the ooh.
Yeah.
Not oohs. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know if people make ooh sounds when they sigh, but it's like a very auditory release. that your body is doing through that.
It releases vocal tension. It also releases stress in the body. And of course, in the body means in the mind as well. So it promotes overall relaxation.
Yeah.
충전소님 saying you both need really good chiropractic adjustment. What does that mean? What do you mean?
It sounds like 충전소님 might be
Are you a chiropractor?
professional chiropractor looking at our posture.
My posture is fine. How dare you?
It's probably me, 충전소님. Where do I need fixing? Point out
Fix
all my
me.
flaws.
And the last one I want to talk about very quickly is...
이거는 그냥 자연스럽게 오죠.
맞아요.
Right?
But what you can do, you can yell. Not yell. No, but like you can instigate a yawn and make it a really big one, make it a very loud one. And again, that is really good to help relax your body, relax your mind. But it opens the throat and it creates a clear path for the voice and the sound in the air to get out. Makes you look cool too.
Kosnim says it's a good alternative to just screaming and yelling out that tension after a hard day. So through like a sigh or maybe through a yawn.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's essentially the same thing. But what you're doing is when you're angry and you're physically forcing out energy, like a scream into a pillow, it's not promoting relaxation. What you're doing is forcing it out. But when you sigh, it's the body's natural response because the body is set up to feel good. The body's supposed to feel good.
Yeah.
So all of these functions that we have in our body, like crying, sighing, yawning, these are all there for a specific purpose and they all make us feel nice. So see, when you go to the bathroom, it feels good. You're supposed to find pleasure because it's a part of the parasympathetic nervous system response. What that means is you've got two kind of nervous, well, there's more, but for all intents and purposes, you've got your sympathetic, which is fight, flight, or freeze. So that's your like emergency response to panic, to something scary. And then you've got parasympathetic, which is your rest, digest, get rid of stress, relax, etc. So all of these audible functions, like yawning and sighing and humming, these are all set up to help stimulate that parasympathetic response. Which releases hormones into your body to say, relax, brah.
Other than, I want to say, humming and lip trills, like sighing and yawning, it's some of the most like basic things, not just for humans, just for all like, living things that walk. Right? I think that's probably could be the right answer. So like, I'm thinking like dogs, cats, right? Animals that you'd find out in the wild or maybe in the zoo. Can you think of except for those in the ocean? Can you think of something that doesn't yawn or like? My dog sighs sometimes too. I feel like
I've seen a squirrel yawn before.
Yeah. And you would never think, does a squirrel yawn?
I've seen my hamster yawn. Rabbits have yawned.
맞아요. So some of these, it's like the most basic, like it's a very natural kind of thing.
It's an instinctive thing.
So,
but we as humans suppress these things. So even when I'm in a yoga class, I'm like, big inhale, arms up, exhale. People are like, and they get all tense because they have to make a noise and they're like, inhale up, exhale. And it's just an uncomfortable thing. They just don't want to make noise because they're scared about what other people are going to say. But actually, it's so natural and we're supposed to feel great. So just do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So today's me time, being more vocal.
Yeah.
With
Using your
sounds.
voice to help your full body relax. And you can do this anywhere for free. Spend your time making lots of yawny noises.
좋아요.
좋아요.
This is something that you would never think of that could be, something that's very helpful. Mentally and physically, right? Vocal exercises to promote relaxation.
Do you know what I want to say? Before you go to bed, I would say 3 minutes of vocal exercises, yawns, sighs, trills, etc. 3 minutes of facial yoga. And then 3 minutes of just quiet meditation. Meditation as in sit down, close your eyes and listen and just pay attention to what sounds you can hear. And that's it. 10 minutes before bed or 9 minutes before bed. Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
Very doable.
Sets you up for life.
Oh, for life?
For life.
Oh, just from tonight?
For like every day.
Okay.
You have to do it every day.
Every night.
Yeah,
Nice.
just do it once.
Yeah. Very doable. Costin agrees. That was some very practical advice.
I'm glad you thought so, Costin. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Laura, that was today's Me Time.
I was just looking at the camera.
Oh, giving
You're
the
welcome.
smile.
I'll be back next week. I'll also be back right now because
She's here all week,
I'm
folks.
here all the time.
I'm just kidding.
That was a good vocal exercise, Miss.
Oh,
Well
yeah.
done.
Yes. You forgot to add us in here.
And laughing.
Grunts. You should have added grunts in here.
Yeah. Grunts and of course belly laughs. You know, if all else fails, watch something hilarious
Yeah.
and just enjoy that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks
I'm
very
definitely
much.
going to
Good.
try to put these into a couple of parts of my days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a song.
Let's do it.
These are the Pretenders, or this is the Pretenders. I'll stand by you.
Why you look so sad? The tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you.
안녕하세요. 고품격 영어 방송 Inside Out 부산의 품격 있는 Writer Steve입니다. Winners of Inside Out Busan listeners participation segment will get full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. A place to entertain your brain and eyes. Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳. Museum of Illusion 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 언제나 맛있는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 인투 로스터리. Coffee voucher and a pack of fresh coffee whole beans sponsored by Into Roastery in Yangsan. A delicious brunch for two from Gorilla Brewing Busan, Gwangan branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다. 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. IOB와 함께하는 품격 있는 선물. It's all yours, listeners.
Singing is also good.
Oh, was a mic on?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were there.
You didn't know? This mic doesn't smell good.
Oh.
It's not my fault.
You know, you've been using it for the past 2 hours,
Yeah,
right?
I know, but I've been far away from it. I don't like to be close to it. And that's the reason. Give me the spray.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, David. Gosh.
You didn't even have to say his name.
But you know, we
Why'd
like
you have to point it out?
We like to tear down the 4 p.m. duo any chance we get.
네. Time for today's quote unquote as we slowly start to wrap up today's show.
Yes, it's your turn again today.
It is my turn. Today's quote I bring from a man named Eric Schlosser.
Excuse me?
Eric Schlosser.
Schlosser?
Eric Schlosser is an American journalist and author known for investigative journalism. He wrote a couple books on like fast food especially.
Ooh.
Like fried food.
I want to eat that.
And actually, fried food is kind of like the topic of today's quote unquote.
Aha, I
네.
see. Okay.
So the quote I bring is from Eric Schlosser. And I just X'd out of my thing that I had. Okay, there we go. So, by American journalist Eric Schlosser, today's quote unquote quote is most fast food is fried. Fried food tastes great, but people don't seem to care about the fat aspect. By Eric Schlosser. It's more of like a fact than a quote. But I feel like this is something that's very relevant, especially here in Korea.
Okay.
Right?
So tell me one more time.
Most fast food is fried. Fried food tastes great, but people don't seem to care about the fat aspect. Now, this is him diving into just, you know, fried food, obviously, if you can fry anything and it'll taste good, right? But just frying food, like what does it do to like the chemical reactions to it? A lot of times if you apply heat to a lot of, you know, food with good nutrients, it kind of degrades those nutrients, breaks it down, and it's not as healthy, right? So I don't like you hear about people like frying like vegetables, right? What was it like? Somebody the other day told me like fried eggplant is good, right?
I had that this morning.
Oh, fried eggplant?
Yeah.
But you probably like stir-fried eggplant.
Yes, I did.
Right? But this person was talking about like you chop up
deep fried
like eggplants like in like the shape of like potatoes, like you would like French fries, and then you batter it up and then you put them in the fryer, right? Very soft on the inside, very crunchy on the outside. But not just that, I'm also thinking about fried chicken. I didn't know how just fried food was everywhere here in Korea until I came here and I actually saw. Now, me being from America, you could be like, what do you mean? America? That's the home of fried food. True. There actually might be more fried food dishes in America. But here it's it's very like, I don't know, the roundup of like fried food is very dense here in Korea. Dense as in like you see like back to restaurants next to each other, back to back, and it's all fried food. It's like fried chicken, and then it's punchik, and it's another fried chicken place, right? And then it's like korokke, you know, that fried potatoes, right? Stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of times we know it tastes good. That's why there's a lot of places that fry their food. But do we really kind of weigh the fat aspect of that as, when we consume fried food?
See, here's the thing, fat isn't the enemy.
It's not.
It's one of our most important macronutrients. Macronutrients.
Yes.
So we need protein, we need fats, we need carbohydrates to sustain human life.
Yeah.
Right?
It's needed.
It's needed. But obviously everything needs to be in balance.
Yeah.
So I think fat is not an issue, but here's the issue. There's a lot of oils that get used that are used beyond their smoke point, which means there's certain oils get hot at certain different temperatures. And I can't tell you exactly which ones are good and which ones are bad. But anyway, for example, olive oil, when you cook something with olive oil, it's better for you than if you cook something with lard.
Sure.
Saturated fat and unsaturated fat.
Yeah.
But also,
I used to live in the times. Like, it was an okay thing. It was a very accepted thing to cook stuff with lard.
It's
in
still
America.
okay in Scotland.
Yeah, and in the U.S. too. Like, when I was there, like when I first started living there, I remember like people would plop like this jelly-like substance on the frying pan.
Yeah.
And it would melt, and that's what they would use for oil.
Used it. And I think this is very indicative of the culture and the time that we grew up in. Because my grandfather and my father, not anymore, but it took a while for him to get out of this habit, because that kind of food was scarce for a lot of the time during, like, for example, during the war, and they were on rations for a long time. So having things like butter and lard readily available was a luxury. So it was like a luxury item.
Yeah.
And so, you wanted to cook everything in it because it just tastes better.
Why does it taste better? Like,
Because
what about?
we have receptors in our body that says, eat more of this. This will give you calories.
What do you? Oh, so you think it is like because your body sees it as a good source of calories and just energy?
The body is very simple. I mean, so complex, but super simple. Things taste bad so that you don't eat a bunch of them and potentially poison yourself. Things feel good and taste good, and then that pleasure subsides, because if the pleasure lasted forever, you would only do it once, and you wouldn't be able to get and procreate into the next generation. So it's all this kind of evolutionary trickery that the brain has done and the senses have done to make everything taste delicious when it is sugary and fatty.
So that's why our bodies, like, naturally we just crave like fried food sometimes.
Yeah, it just stimulates all the pleasure centers in the brain.
Yeah. Now, here in Korea specifically, I just want to bring up a really interesting fact with you. The number of fried chicken restaurants here in Korea, it exploded after the 1997 Asian financial turmoil, the crisis, IMF, right? So this was during a time when a lot of women, they would join the workforce to open a chicken restaurant with their husband who lost their jobs.
Right.
And I don't know, loans wasn't too easy to come about during those times. But for some reason, if you were to say you were opening up a chicken restaurant, they would ease up on like restrictions.
And they'd give you a loan?
They give you a
Is that why
loan.
there's so many chicken jeep?
That's why when you come to Korea, it started the trend basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Koreans loved fried chicken before that, but I'm sure they loved it even more after this. So I thought it was interesting how just our love for fried food could have come from like difficult times, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned back then, maybe in Europe, in Scotland, how like maybe it was something that was hard to come by sometimes, right? So as people, I don't know, here in Korea, I don't know how much fried chicken was hard to come by, but
it was just like something that was maybe it was easier to come by, but then it became like this treat, and then everybody wanted some, and then there was like tongdak, and tongdak was so special. Like I've had traditional tongdak, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Made in that big, huge, what is it called? I don't know.
가마솥.
가마솥.
네.
And like the oil, and it's just frying in there, and it's so good, and the sound is so good. And I look at it and I think, ugh, look at all that fat and grease, and then I'm like, delicious.
맞아요. So a lot of the times it's here in Korea. So maybe, I don't know, in other places you might think, oh, that looks fattening. That's probably not good for my health. But here in Korea, there might be people who also think that. But like you said, it's good. It brings back also a lot of memories.
침이 나온다.
네. And you pair that along with like a nice cold, mug glass of beer, right? After like a hard day of work.
A hard day of being too hot in the sun, a hard day of sitting around.
맞아요. So, with this quote, a lot of people do, forget the fat aspect of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like here in Korea, when it comes to fried chicken, our representative fried food, I feel like that is. I think it's good to forget about the fat aspect and just kind of enjoy it.
What did you just say, fat aspect? It's arguably the best fried chicken in the world.
네.
We went to Daeman recently, my family and I, and they have this very famous street food fried chicken. And so we queued up and we went to this place that was less.
Up.
I know, right? There was one super long line, and then we walked down a bit, and there was the same chicken thing, like same company, but just another shop, and we got it there. And my husband tried it. He's like, Korea's is better.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
true
Even
that.
like the same chicken franchise restaurants they set up in the U.S. doesn't come close to the taste of the ones here, right?
대한민국, 화이팅! That's all I gotta say.
Yes, for chicken.
Delicious 한민국.
And that was today's quote unquote.
It was indeed. Thank you, Minsu. It's time for us to say goodbye for today. Today's show was produced by Minsu Shin, written by Im Soo-jin, hosted by Laura McCluckey.
And Minsu Shin. Our last number by 장범준, 잠이 오질 않네요. Do hope you sleep well.
Yeah.
Think of us.
주무세요.
네.
Night night.
Bye.
날 떨리게 하는지 당신이 밤을 항상 잠 못 들게 해. 매일 같은 밤 너를 생각하면서 유치한 노래를 들으며 심장이 춤을 추면서 난 너를 기다리면서 유치한 노래를 부르며 심장이 춤을 추면서 나를 떨리게 하나요 그대 왜 나를 설레게 하나요 자꾸만 오늘도 잠 못 이루는 이 밤 아름다운 그대 나를 아프게 하나요 웃는 그대 왜 자꾸 설레게 하나요 하염없이 오늘 밤 잠이 오질 않네요 보고 싶은 그대
부산을 한 장의 사진에 담는